I've talked about this on my channel before, like between 2020 and 2022, 40% of all mortgages in America were taken out. And that was basically when property prices were at all-time high. I was reading on the whitehouse.gov that it's actually going to become mandatory. Like, it's not like something that could happen, it's going to happen.
Awesome.
Which is like, you think about that, it's like, like what does the actual cost look like for a property owner? And then I've talked about this on my channel before, like between 2020 and 2022, 40% of all mortgages in America were taken out. And that was basically when property prices were at all-time highs.
Yeah.
And now what we're seeing is interest rates go from 3% to 6 or 7%.
Yeah.
And when you look at how much equity the average homeowner actually has that did a transaction during that period, first-time buyer was 6% down, and second homes were 13%. So like on average, 10% down. So you think about it, it will cost you 8% to sell a property with realtor fees and everything. So you have a situation where a large block of the U.S. housing stock has very little equity, and they move forward into a situation where there's going to be mandatory expenses that they didn't underwrite initially on taking out that loan, which could, for sure, push a lot of people into a questionable area. But I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be willing to happily move in this direction as well. But I think it's going to definitely change underwriting on properties, and it's going to change a lot.
Absolutely, I agree. I think it will change a lot. And I think that it's important for, we have to not just put all the costs on the consumer. We can't make it the homeowner's fault per se, because this is how the structure is. This is how it's always been. But now we need to provide more green banks like SELF and more affordable financing for these upgrades in these projects. And again, if you are having to change your building to make it more carbon friendly, more carbon, to decarbonize it, then you should have access to capital that's affordable for you. It shouldn't have to be a burden and, something else that's going to make things harder for you.
So what does it look like to fully decarbonize a property?
So there are a number of things you can do to decarbonize your property, as simple as, not using your electricity as much. Okay, the small stuff, but then you can get solar panels on your roof. You can get impact windows that with the film on them, so it's not heating up your house as much. If you're in a colder place, you can do some weatherization. You can insulate and do padding in your roof and your attic and things like that, so that your house doesn't get as cold, so you don't need as much heat. Or you can they have these these water systems and things that will make your carbon emission less. And I think overall, it seems like a lot to do. It seems like a big task, when you're looking at the bigger picture. But it's the little things that matter, because we all, as a collective, again, make up 40% just with real estate, the buildings, the homes, 40% of carbon emissions. So we could do our little part. It's not the big thing, but it's something.
If you've enjoyed this clip and you'd like to watch the full episode, you can do so on my main YouTube channel by clicking the video here.